We can switch it back to trade again in the future. This will allow some of my less fortunate neighbours to gain some money, I guess. So how much is this going to hurt my income, do you think? 503 ducats. We'll go down to 489. Only 11 ducats? Really? That is actually a lot less than I expected. Okay, so do we want to attack Moravi? I think... No, we don't. Because if we do attack Moravi, then that's going to be more territories I need to conquer. And I'm not 100% sure if colonial nations were formed during war. Huh. Spain, sowing discontent. Alright, so Champutin's going to be the next one to convert. Tariffs on coffee, absolutely. Tax it into tea. The Hanseatic League. Nizhny Novgorod, if you want that in Russian. That's just going to be confusing with actual Nizhny Novgorod, though. And surely it would be Novo Novgorod. Yeah, I think Noy Novgorod's going to be good. I think we're going to go with Noy Novgorod. Ah, trade ideas. Plus 25% steering. I'll go on then, if you insist. And then the next one's going to be caravan power and a merchant. Oof. That's going to be good for our Germanic trade routes. Bemba's being attacked. I would like to see how we are doing with the old conversion. Not conversion. Okay, these are actually finishing up pretty quickly. And there we go, victory is ours. Qasim will cede Vladimir, Murom, Tula, Nizhny Novgorod, speaking of which, Suzdal and Starodub to Commonwealth. Novgorod will cede Ladoga, Kotma, Totma, Sol, Gatiskaya, Velsk and Below Zero to Commonwealth. And hey, I got 3 favours for... Yeah, I was absolutely critical in that war. I did everything. Trading in livestock. Cavalry cost reduction. Oh, brilliant. And let's see. Okay, so Havana is nearly done. Genoa has embraced the Enlightenment. Knowledge sharing from Utrecht to the Hanseatic League has been terminated. That's because the whole of Lubeck's got it. And here we go, we can embrace. 4,200 ducats. Is this worth doing? Or do we want to wait until more of these have actually grabbed it? Those are a long way away. Those are all at the 50%. So that's an 80, but that's still a long way. A couple of 70s and 80s there. No, we're going to embrace. Done. Although we weren't really in a hurry for that. But what that means is I can now switch this back to trade protection, though again, not mission critical. Selective breeding. Through the scientific and very aggressive breeding of horses, pigs, cows, sheep, Hanseatic farmers have begun to create entirely new types of animals, more specialized for the various tasks they are to perform. For centuries, various regions had famous breeds of livestock, but with the new method now being pioneered, it's become evident how easy it is for man to create specific improvements in the animals. As a result, the cattle trade is being revitalized, with a dramatic increase in the quality of sold animals rather than just the quantity of animals sold. We gain Diplo power, we gain innovativeness, price of livestock and wool goes up, and Neubrandenburg produces more. Cool. Sea mystery. I have a question about trade. Is it better to steer the longest route possible? For example, Brazil, I can steer Ivory to coast, then Mancha, or steer right to the Caribbean, then Chesapeake, then St. Laurent to the North Sea, and then Mancha. Can also steer Brazil, Ivory, then back to Caribbean. Okay, so it depends on how much of it you can protect, because you've still got to have every link in the chain sorted, otherwise you're just leaving money in the hands of whoever is local to that area. So I am, for example, feeding from North Sea into Lubeck, because I have a very high control in both North Sea and Lubeck, and then feeding that into the English Channel rather than directly. And because we're doing this, we're getting a 6.2% increase to the value going to Lubeck, which we would get if we sent it straight to the North Sea, but we're getting an additional boost in value. In fact, it adds all of these together, so that's actually 6, 7, 8, 0.5, 0.2 plus 1.4, whatever those numbers are. An additional that to the amount of trade being forwarded to the Netherlands. So yeah, it really depends on where you have that control. Natives, Lala's having problems, and Havana's been caught. So, end of this month, Novgorod should happen. Trading in coal. Oh, of course, goods coal's been discovered. We need to start getting some furnaces going. Why did that not form? Colony? Huh? 5. Oh. Probably because I only did the one core, not the double. It doesn't need to be stated though, does it? What am I missing? No, because the month just ticked over. Apparently it's not on the 1st, it's like the 2nd. Increased influence of the Protestant faith. Aha! Our brethren joined under the banner of the true faith. Our influence as the defender of the faith is significantly increased. We have tier 4 of the total 20 nations following the Protestant faith. The next tier is available to 50. So I think we actually dropped and then we went up again. N-E-U, N-E-U, N-O-V-G-R-R-O-D. Right? Yes. Okay. So Novgorod has appeared. And it is indeed Protestant. And it's now going to core all of the things that it needs to core. Awesome! That's also going to massively reduce... Oh no, it's not going to reduce the overextension. And then next up is going to be... Caribbean. No, not Caribbean, Mexico. And for that, I need the conversions. And we do have another missionary available. And Tortuga is going to be the one. Okay, good stuff. And I also need to send money to Novgorod, which we will do as soon as I am able to do that. Scientific instruments. With new developments in the art of glassmaking and metalwork comes the ability to create ever more refined scientific instruments. Lenses that magnify the very distant and the small are invaluable to our astronomers and natural philosophers, while chemists hone their craft with more complex metal tools. And subsidies. Going to give these to you for the next 100 years, and I think I'm just going to send you 20 a month. That's going to be the new minimum. Especially because these are newer colonies and they need that injection to get them going. Next thing I was going to do was check out furnaces. Now we are trading in coal. Do I not have access to it yet? Apparently not. Wow, Liège is going to be super industrialized. Liège and Victoria would be quite interesting because of that. Whereas we would actually be fairly backwards industrially because of our lack of coal. We have one province down here in Africa. That's it. Oof. Wow, yeah, Liège would be really well off. 4 coal provinces already. 1704. Oh no, that's not true. We have a bunch here in Scotland. Chester, Northumberland, Ayrshire, and... oh no, Glamorgan's not ours. England's also going to have a few. Individual province needs to have the Enlightenment. Okay. Yeah, I thought I already had it because I'm trading in coal. But that wasn't it popping for us. That was it popping for Liège. And then because Liège is so present here and I've got dominant trade power, we get it from Liège trading in it. Coal in 1704 basically just makes you the leader of the paperweight industry. Nah, coal in that era would be used for heating. Imperialism CB against Zazao. No, Kalinas, I am not attacking anything else in London, in England. We're a naval power, and just get a ship. Oh wow, Neue Lubeck's actually got a really big army. Interesting. Right, our next considered conquest was going to be here in Moravia. Do I want to wait for my Mexican territories to finish first? How far away from that am I? I am whenever this completes. Which is due to be 1706, so it's 2 years from now. It being January and it finishes in December. That's... oh no, those are subjects. Oh, subjects. Sure, go on then. This is going to make the subjects a ton of cash, and it's also going to make me money because the trade value. It's a good investment. And also, had I finished off all of the state upgrades? Yes. Don't really care about the defensiveness. Tax modifier. I just question the amount of tax they'll actually be paying. And manpower and sailors, it's not like I have a problem with those. The swing plow, experimenting with new shapes and an iron-covered mouldboard, a local inventor from Cell, Ernst Bacher has created a much lighter plow that is easier and more efficient to work with. Together with other recent innovations in the field of farming tools, the new plow promises to greatly increase the productivity of agriculture in our country. So Cell is more likely to trigger industrialization. Sell gains production. And it gets a bunch of upgrades for the next 10 years. Ayrshire produces coal. We have a coal province. Build me a foundry. Ayrshire. Needs 30, so we're going to get rid of... no, your church is quite good. Workshop's going to be useful. Ah, you already have the textile manufactory. So we'll have to destroy that just to replace it with a furnace. However, it increases goods produced. Not just here, everywhere. That's a national bonus. Furnaces are very powerful. So basically, if Liège got all 4 of their furnaces up and running, that'll be a 20% bonus to goods produced in their entire nation. Lala's become self-sustaining. I think I jumped the gun a little bit there, but it's not like I'm short on money. The Flying Shuttle. Julius Olbers, a local inventor from Wismar, has patented a new design for a wheeled shuttle that he promises to revolutionize the weaving by eliminating the need for a second person to catch the shuttle as it passes through the warp threads. While productivity is still limited by the rate at which the thread can be spun, already a major bottleneck in textile production, the shuttle is quickly spreading to weavers all across the country. Provinces that produce wool, cloth, silk or cotton are now more likely to trigger industrialization, and we gain base production in Wismar. Cool. Ah, and we can convert another. So that is, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more. Which I think makes sense to be you. 5. Euro's having country. Dorothea's having an uprising. Do our minions still have troops here? They do not. Damn, that means I need to sell myself. Fine. Trade protection against Scotland. Oh, caravan power, here we go. Boom. Sometimes the key to closing a trade deal is to be the quickest. We need to ensure that our merchants are able to have the deal done. Fast negotiations. We also gain 4 new policies, which we will take a look at in a minute. And we get another merchant, which I think we're going to send to Gujarat. Or maybe Coromandel. Coromandel, I think there's more money there. So we'll transfer trade power from here, which will then go to... At this point... I think I'm still going to direct it to Aden. And then we'll need to get some light ships out there. So the next thing we'll do is get some light ships going. Okay. You're fighting them. Good. And then policies. Let's take a look. What's available? So we can get yet another merchant. We can get trade efficiency and steering. That's a big boost. We can get 20% trade efficiency. And then also admin, which is a trade efficiency. So, Naval Force Limit Modifier we want to keep. Light ship cost and combat ability at the moment is not vital. Because we're pretty overwhelming at sea. Yearly Republican tradition we want to keep. Production efficiency and manpower absolutely isn't. So we're going to cancel that. And then basically replace it with Statute Monopolies, which is trade efficiency and production efficiency. Because I don't want to spend too much on extra policies. And then we've got... I mean, quite frankly, I would like both of these. And I think I might just get them. We could get rid of this if we don't want to pay that much in Diplo. And that is a lot that we're paying in Diplo. And like I said, the cost and ability, probably less important right now, especially as we're not at war, than getting those Diplo points, which will allow us to stay ahead of time in trade. That's still not recalculated. 540 ducats. Becomes 655. 100 ducats just like that. Sure. Why not? So if you don't perform well for a season in the Hanseatic League, do you get relegated to some other league that isn't as good? Yeah, you probably do. Like the League of 3 provinces. Or the 3 leagues, that's the one. Yeah, them. Not as good as the Hanseatic League. 665 ducats in trade. It's just good business. Didn't know this game had a money printing button. We seem to have found it. It's called the Hansa. League of 8 provinces, League of 9 provinces, League of 5 provinces, League of 6 provinces. And you're dealing with them. That's good. Okay, so how are we doing over here? Thankfully, this is the last colony that I'm planning to set up, so I don't need to go through this process again in the future. From here on, it's just like, I want this stuff, I'll take it. But again, this is not a map baiting playthrough. This is simply a money printing playthrough. Trade conflict, CB against Vijay. Oh, Vijay. Interesting. You're giving me a CB, are you? That's brave. Taking the lesson of the Enlightenment to heart, a group of noble landowners have begun to work on improving the efficiency of agriculture. Pioneering inventions in how to use machinery for seed distribution, new crops, new forms of land rotation, and breeding local landowners of New Lancaster have been able to greatly improve the local output of food. Base production, base tax, New Lancaster goes up. And New Lancashire gains the agricultural revolution. Marvellous! And the natives seem to be a bit miffed. Soz. Right, there are quite a few places where counting houses would be good, but I want to finish off all of the manufactories in all of my colonial nations, because that's fun. Universities and the gold mines, that's actually probably a good idea. Because it means I can develop them up more efficiently, which is a thing I haven't really been doing. And I definitely should be. Rebellion in Africa? Oh, peasant. Natives. Shoot. Not here again! Oh no, it was Lynchie last time. Go, go. Damn. Just because I got ahead of myself a little bit. This place was almost done. Damn it! Alright. God limber. Northumberland creating coal. So Northumberland needs another point in development, and then it can also build a furnace for another 5% national goods produced. Disagreement over company purchases, whether acquired by conflict or by purchase. Treaties recognizing company ownership of Ijebu have become disputed. Land brokers of the Lower Saxon Guinea Company insist their rightful territory extends somewhat further than the land they currently administer. Their insistence is motivated by the fact the land in question has been valued particularly highly by the brokers, who are now insisting the Nupe recognize the company ownership of the border area. Nupe officials have not reacted kindly to the unexpected expansionism and demand adherence to the interpretation of the treaties. They should have read the fine print. Or let it go, we don't need this land. Should have read the fine print. Always read the fine print. Chester is producing coal. That's nice. Isn't that nice? Do one more admin. Oh, you already have a manufactory. Naval. Furnace. That's now 15%. Oh, right. And then the other thing I can do is we can go to the states, we can go to the edicts, and then wherever there is an advancement edict, we can switch it out for trade power. Yeah. Forgot about that. Didn't actually have trade power active in all of my trade provinces. Now, however, we do. So we're currently earning 679. Oh, that's going to be a pain. And we will need to deal with this, but what I'll probably do when we get back to Africa is set them back onto rebel hunting. Ivory Coast? We have no rebels there. Oh yeah, they will. Well, I don't really want that to happen. So, Kilwa. Harsh treatment. We got the 50% cheaper harsh treatment, might as well use it. So tutor's now done. Okay, so with that, I think we can now safely state one more region here. Oh, which was going to be Aknul. What you